For 10 long years, Amara worked thousands of kilometers away from home. Every month, before she bought new clothes, before she treated herself to a nice meal, before she even thought about her own future, she sent money home. She believed she was building a better life for the people she loved, but one phone call would destroy everything she believed about her family. Because when Amara finally returned home, exhausted but proud, her mother looked directly into her eyes and said, "Mother, my daughter, what money are you talking about?" Amara froze. "Amara, what do you mean, Mama?" Her mother's voice trembled. "Mother, we never received the money you say you sent. 10 years, 10 years of sacrifice, 10 years of working until her hands hurt, 10 years of missing birthdays, weddings, funerals, and family celebrations. And now her family was telling her they had received nothing. But Amara knew the truth. She had receipts, she had transfer messages, she had bank statements. Someone had been taking her money, and whoever it was, had been hiding the truth for 10 years. Amara grew up in a small village surrounded by red earth, tall trees, and fields that stretched beyond the horizon. Her family was not rich. Her father had died when she was 17, leaving her mother to raise 3 children alone. Amara was the eldest. She watched her mother struggle every day. Sometimes there was enough food, sometimes there wasn't. Sometimes school fees were paid on time. Sometimes Amara had to stay home and watch her younger siblings while other children went to class. But Amara had one dream. She wanted her family to escape poverty. So when an opportunity came for her to work in a distant city, she accepted it. The night before she left, her mother held her tightly. "Mother, don't forget where you came from." Amara smiled through her tears. "Amara, I will never forget you, Mama." Her younger brother, Daniel, hugged her. Her younger sister, Nia, cried. Amara promised them all something. "Amara, one day I'll come back and build Mama a proper house." Nobody knew how seriously she meant it. Amara's new life was difficult. She worked long hours. She cleaned houses. She washed clothes. She cooked. She sometimes worked 2 jobs in the same day. At night, she returned to a tiny rented room where she slept alone. She missed home terribly, but every payday she smiled because she knew her money was going somewhere important, home. Her first salary was small. She kept only enough for food and transportation. The rest went to her mother. A few days later, her mother called. "Mother, my daughter, we received the money." Amara smiled. "Amara, did you buy food?" Mother, "Yes." "Did you pay Nia's school fees?" "Yes." "What about Daniel?" "His fees are covered too." Amara closed her eyes. For the first time in months, she felt peaceful. She believed her sacrifice was working. The years passed. Amara sent money every month. When her mother needed medicine, Amara paid. When Daniel needed school fees, Amara paid. When Nia needed university tuition, Amara paid. When the family needed a new roof, Amara paid. When relatives needed help, Amara paid. Everyone knew her as the daughter who lived far away and always sent money, but nobody knew what it cost her. Amara wore the same shoes for years. She postponed marriage. She rarely traveled. She stopped buying things for herself. Whenever friends asked why she never enjoyed her salary, she gave the same answer. "Amara, my family needs me." Her friends warned her. "Friend, Amara, you cannot spend your whole life saving everyone else." But Amara always smiled. "Amara, they are my family." And that was the mistake she would later regret. After 10 years, Amara finally had enough savings. She had planned everything. She would return home permanently. She would build her mother a beautiful house. She would start a small business, and she would finally live for herself. She bought a plane ticket, then she called home. "Amara, Mama, I'm coming home." Her mother went silent. Then she began crying. "Mother, my daughter, after all these years." Amara laughed. "Amara, I have a surprise for you." But there was something strange in her mother's voice. something Amara didn't understand. When Amara arrived at the village, people gathered around her. Children shouted her name, neighbors hugged her. But Amara noticed something immediately. Her mother's house looked exactly the same. The roof was old, the walls were cracked, the windows were broken. There was no new furniture, no new kitchen, nothing. Amara thought perhaps her mother had simply spent the money on daily needs. She wasn't angry. She was happy to be home. That evening, the family gathered for dinner. Amara looked at her mother. Amara, Mama, are you happy with everything I sent? Her mother frowned. Mother, what did you send? Amara laughed. She thought her mother was joking. Amara, come on, Mama, the money. Her mother's expression changed. Mother, what money? The room became silent. Amara stared at her. Amara, the money I sent every month. Her mother slowly shook her head. Mother, my daughter, you never sent us money. Amara's heart began beating rapidly. Amara, Mama, I sent money every month for 10 years. Her mother looked confused. Mother, we received some money from you in the beginning, but after that, nothing. Amara stood up. Amara, that's impossible. She pulled out her phone. Bank statements, transfer receipts, messages, everything was there. She showed her mother. Her mother's hands began shaking. Mother, then who has been receiving this? Amara looked at the names on the transactions. Every transfer had gone to the same account, an account she recognized, her brother Daniel's name. Amara's face went pale. Daniel entered the room. Amara looked at him. Amara, Daniel. He stopped. Amara, why does every transfer I sent Mama have your account number? Daniel didn't answer. Amara, where's the money? Silence. Amara, Daniel, I am asking you a question. Daniel lowered his head, then he whispered, Daniel, I can explain. Amara's eyes filled with tears. Amara, explain 10 years. Daniel finally confessed. Years ago, he had convinced Amara that their mother could not manage money properly. He offered to receive the transfers for her. At first, he used only small amounts, then more, then everything. He bought a car, built a house in the city, started a business, and told everyone that his success came from hard work. But there was something even worse. He had told Amara that their mother was receiving everything, and he had told their mother that Amara had stopped sending money for 10 years. Brother had been lying to sister, mother had been blaming daughter, and daughter had been blaming herself. Amara thought Daniel was the only person responsible. She was wrong. Her sister Nia entered the room. She looked terrified. Amara noticed immediately. Amara, Nia, you knew? Nia began crying. Nia, I found out 2 years ago. Amara stared at her. Amara, and you said nothing? Nia couldn't look at her. Nia, Daniel threatened me. Amara sat down. Her entire body felt weak. She had sacrificed 10 years of her life, and the people she had sacrificed for had allowed the lie to continue. The next morning, Amara did something nobody expected. She gathered every receipt, every transfer, every bank statement, every message, every piece of evidence. She placed them on the table. Then she called the family together. Amara, I don't want revenge. Everyone looked at her. Amara, I want the truth. She turned to Daniel. Amara, you took money from me. Daniel said nothing. Amara, you stole opportunities from your family. Still nothing. Amara, but the worst thing you stole wasn't money. Daniel looked up. Amara, you stole 10 years from me. The room became silent. Daniel finally broke down. He confessed everything, the money, the business, the house, the lies. He admitted that he had become addicted to the lifestyle the money gave him. He had been afraid that if Amara discovered the truth, everything would disappear. Amara looked at him. She expected to feel hatred. Instead, she felt sadness. Amara, I would have helped you if you had asked. Daniel cried. Daniel, I know. Amara, you didn't have to steal from me. The family expected Amara to demand everything back immediately, but she surprised them. She decided to handle the matter legally and fairly. The evidence was submitted. The accounts were investigated. The assets purchased with the money were traced. And for the first time in 10 years, the truth was no longer hidden. Amara also made another decision. She would no longer send money blindly. From that day forward, every financial decision would be transparent. No secret accounts, no intermediaries, no emotional pressure, no more sacrificing herself to prove that she loved her family. Months later, Amara finally built her mother's house, but this time she supervised everything herself. She chose the land, she hired the workers, she bought the materials, she watched the walls rise, and when the roof was finally completed, her mother stood outside crying. "Mother, you kept your promise." Amara smiled. "Amara, I did, Mama." Her mother hugged her. "Mother, I'm sorry." Amara held her tightly. "Amara, we cannot change the past." She looked toward the beautiful new house. "Amara, but we can make sure the future is different." For the first time in 10 years, Amara did something she had never allowed herself to do. She spent money on herself. She bought new clothes, she traveled, she started a business.
She took care of her health, and she began building a future that belonged to her. She still helped her family, but she learned an important lesson. Helping people does not mean destroying yourself for them. Love does not require blindness, and family should never be an excuse for betrayal. One evening, Amara sat outside her mother's new home watching the sunset. Her mother sat beside her. "Mother, do you regret sending all that money?" Amara thought for a moment. "Amara, I regret trusting without checking." Her mother looked at her. "Amara, but I don't regret loving my family." She smiled. "Amara, I just learned that love needs wisdom too." The wind moved gently through the trees. Amara looked toward the road. 10 years earlier, she had left that village believing that sacrifice was the greatest proof of love. Now, she understood something different. Sometimes the people you sacrifice everything for may be the very people who take advantage of your kindness. And sometimes the greatest act of love is learning when to say, enough. If Amara's story touched your heart, remember this: never allow love to make you blind. Never allow family pressure to destroy your future. And never be ashamed of protecting what you worked hard to build. Because kindness without boundaries can become a doorway for betrayal. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to African Tales Arising, turn on notifications, and share this story with someone who needs to hear it. And tell us in the comments, if you were Amara, would you forgive Daniel or would you cut him out of your life forever? Until our next story, remember, a good heart is powerful, but a wise heart knows where to draw the line.